Headline number 2, 4 Brookfield malls in Houston have partnered up with Sephora to offer what is being hailed as quote unquote Curbcierge service. Here, Ann, is how Curbcierge service works. And it is important. They said in the headline that you have to say it like that. According to Chain Store Age, customers who make Sephora purchases online can choose curbside Curbcierge as their pickup option.
Oh my God.
When the order is ready, purchasers get an email or app notification that includes navigational instructions to the pickup destination. Upon arrival, they can press in I'm here button on the app or in the email, and they can scan their parking spot's QR code. Brookfield then promises that a Curbcierge team member will make deliveries to their cars within minutes. The service is being offered in partnership with N Group, a supply chain company that aids retailers with workers, processes, and technologies. One of the most catch-all descriptions of a company that I've ever heard. And I'm guessing you are loving this like to the nth degree.
Oh yeah, I put this post out the day I saw it on LinkedIn because I was so impressed by it. And I think, again, this may not seem like much when you look at it at face value. I mean, a lot of retailers were coordinating consolidated pickup spots that were at malls where, you could come to this one parking lot or something, but this was all being done manually. And so I think that this has come from a lot of specific efforts on behalf of both Sephora and Brookfield to make this happen. This is not that manual process. This is, Sephora opening up what would traditionally be very walled gardens. They're not willing to share their information with many people, but they had to, we believe, open that up to Brookfield so that they can have, the customer can have access to seeing whether or not this product is available at my Sephora store, at my Brookfield mall. So I think we have to give kudos to both Brookfield for taking that role on as, I'm not just mall operator anymore. I am an omni-channel retailer operator, and Sephora for really going in and saying, look, we trust you. We're going to go and see how we can make this a better shopping experience for both of our customers. And I think really paying into what we talked about early on in the pandemic, which was like how and where you get a product is going to ultimately determine who you shop with. Like if I can pick something up that day and I don't have to go into the mall, but that's the closest location to me, I'm going to choose that location, and it's done upfront in the process, not waiting until you get to the checkout process at the end. So I love this, Chris. And I know you are feeling somewhat similarly about this.
Yes, spoil my thunder, Ann. Yes, I am. Yeah, no, I totally am. No, 100% agree. I'm just giving you grief there for intentionally and well-deserved. But I think it's an awesome evolution of things we've talked about on the show a lot. Like, it's what we've been clamoring for a long time, which is a major retailer stepped up to the forefront with a big shopping center operator to conceive of the world differently in terms of how we all can shop. And in a way that, quite honestly, I think a lot of people probably want to shop when all this gets done and put in motion in the right way. We first saw the idea with the Depp Mine and Centennial Malls and the Mall of America last year.
Yep.
But this takes it to a whole nother level. I think that's the key thing for the audience to hear, Ann. And it's something that you mentioned. The key is really the integration that's happening with here, because you have this service being electable on Sephora's product detail page. That means integrated data streams. And that's really, really important. So now Brookfield has this map at all its properties where it can say, look, we're doing this with a major retailer like Sephora. Why don't you do this with us too? And then they get to the point again where they kind of reverse engineer their way into a potential new front end experience, or they just end up coordinating this for everyone to the benefit of everyone. But it gives them so much optionality and value in thinking about it that way. And the last point I would make too, Ann, is like, kudos to Sephora. Sephora is so far ahead on the omnichannel game. Like they are graduate level. They're like writing the graduate level thesis. When so many retailers are like back at like Econ 101. It's like kudos to them. They're just so far ahead of everyone.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this will encourage more retailers to take the dive and to go in and to open things up. I mean, if Sephora is willing to do it, like you said, then there's no reason that, Boot Barn, Abercrombie and Fitch, like you name it, they should all be going in and trying to figure out how they're doing it. And for other mall operators too. It's not just, it's other mall operators that can take a look at what Brookfield's doing here. And I think figure out how to use that as a template for what they go on and do in their malls and shopping centers.
And the scale that comes with the picks and the activity around that, all those activities too, and those services. Yeah. When you all do them together, 100%.
Yep.